Caristo, thank you very much. And first of all, I would thank for this invitation, as Miguel did before, all of you, and in particular, Marie Heleni. And I would say that I think it's very important, this project for a Southern progressive response, not against or in contrast with our Northern comrades or parties, obviously. But I think that we need a common platform of solidarity. We need to listen to each other and to have a continuous exchange of views. And I think also that we need a new strategy of communication, the network. Because from my point of view, we do a very important job in the European Parliament, in our group, but sometimes the problem is I see it for my country, for my territory, there is a sort of big gap between our job and the reality. And I think that we could have a large room of maneuver for our group that is very important for our activity to have this new kind of strategy from a political point of view. For me, it's important. It's important, first of all, above all, for Italy, as you can understand. But I would focus my speech on the problem of macroeconomic imbalances, because I think that for too long the crisis which is facing our continent has been seen as caused by the laxity of some member states. The idea that there is a not virtuous Southern Europe opposed to the rest of the Union. I think that a vision of Europe not as one, as a real union, but as a gathering of individuals who are pursuing their own path on their own national interest is a problem. This vision is not only wrong, it is harmful for the stability and for the future of our continent. Each member of the Union is called to a bigger responsibility compared to the past, because it is not only accountable to its own citizens, but to the whole European population. This means that when a problem for a member state arises, the whole community is involved, and no member can be left alone. Solutions set for countries in difficulties have been hasty, due also to the need to intervene quickly, but the measures taken were exclusively focused on roughly cutting public spending. Consequences of austerity have been underestimated, also by international institutions, and also by, for instance, the European Commission. This is there is a debate at this moment in our Parliament, and our group is fighting a battle on this point. A few weeks ago, Olivier Blanchard, chief economist at the International Monetary Fund, acknowledged that the fund underestimated the so-called fiscal multipliers for Greece and other European economies because it didn't fully understand how government austerity efforts would have undermined economic growth. This does not mean that intervention to keep public spending under control can be avoided. Yet, public welfare and workers' rights are a great conquest of Europe, are a pillar of Europe. And we can't we can't put them in question. They are an example for the rest of the world. Social safety and a guarantee for future of younger generation shall not be shattered to fix a national budget. Being a part of a union means working together as one, and no member should be left behind. The crisis a member has to address involves not simply other member states, but the whole union. That is why Europe needs common measures to promote innovation, investments, and employment. Responsibility is fundamental for growth, but there can be no growth without solidarity, as Miguel also said before. Along with the rise in unemployment, the first symptoms that unemployment will remain high in the coming years are already visible. In the second quarter of 2012, almost 11 million people in EU had been unemployed for a year or longer. Data on unemployment are shocking. If we then look at how it is divided among member states, going from 4.5% of unemployment in Austria to 26% in Spain. Which is the objective? Let us restore hope and trust in the future. If we want to bring Europe back on the track, and investments in employment must be taken immediately. Let me quote what Lawrence Summers wrote a few days ago in the Financial Times regarding the United States situation. No one who travels from the United States can doubt that we have, in the United States, an enormous infrastructure deficit. Surely, even leaving aside any possible stimulus benefits, current economic conditions make this the ideal time to renew the nation's bridges and roads. Why we can't do the same thing in Europe? We need new infrastructures, public infrastructures. We don't need private, wealthy, but investment policies in public goods and social capital. If we don't overturn this current trend, I think that we are going to be defeated. We need to address the problem of inequality in Europe and in our countries. Let me say, and my experience before to be elected in the European Parliament, I was a mayor of Florence, of my city, for 10 years, from 1999 to 2009, and in the same period for 9 years, I was president of the National Association of Italian Municipalities. Right. I would give you an example. When I was the mayor of Florence, we fulfilled, we carried out the first line of the tramway in our city. But one line is not enough. The project is to have more and more lines, the 2, the 3, the 4th. But now everything is stopped. Why? Yes, I understand that at this moment in Italy we are debating about other things. It's clear. But our cities in Italy don't have the problem of pollution now. Our cities don't have the problem, environmental problem? No, clearly not. These are problems that are affecting our citizens in Italy and in our cities. Well, I think that we need more investments to complete the tramway lines in Florence, but we need more investments for our citizens and for our cities in all Europe, and particularly in Southern Europe. This could be a good objective for us, and this could be a good platform to have an exchange of experiences and of point of views to fulfill this kind of aims. I think that our fight for investment spending out of a balance sheet is a very important battle. I think that we need a flexibility, a social flexibility, or a flexibility of labor market compatible with social protection. I think that we need to delay fiscal austerity because cuts can't affect the perspective of growth and of development. To conclude, Europe is called to intervene in 3 main areas, not through separate intervention by each member state, but as a whole. First, measures on fiscal consolidation alone do not work, and they need to be followed by precise investments in innovation and infrastructures. Second, a great European plan to rebalance and promote employment all over Europe and not only in few member states. Third, a plan to promote internal consumption and export with third countries outside of the European Union. All these actions are clearly interconnected and will require a great effort by each member state, which will have to give up some of its prerogative and pass them to the European level. This will be a great chance not only to restore economic growth in the continent, but to make a significant and hopefully determining step toward a solid and integrated Europe. And I think that this is, first of all, our task, the task of social and democrats in Europe, and in our case, in Southern Europe. Thank you.